One last time.
First impressions of Andy Robertson.
I thought 8 million was too much.
You are one of the world's best left backs. That's crazy to say. I mean, from that point in my living room to that statement today, wow, that's a big one.
He loves football, he loves the sessions, and he's the guy with a big winning mentality. You can feel it. He's a leader, definitely.
I would call him a captain without an armband at Liverpool. He's one of the leaders, one of the group that everybody looks at for leadership, and it's just a testament to the way that Andy's handled his career.
I made him look a better player than he actually is because of people had to watch me play left back for a year before it, and then he came in and looked like a world beater.
Came into my house and yeah, we were talking about expectations, about dreams, about where you are coming from, where you want to go to, and what you want to achieve in the future. And I told you what I expect from you. I told you what you are already good at and what you have to improve. And we agreed, if you learn defending, I will help you with the rest.
When I do say the word brother referring to Robbo, then that's something that I don't throw around lightly. We kind of had a similar trajectory within football at Liverpool at the same time doing, you know, the things that we were doing. So it was, you know, we were on the same path together.
He's one of the main men in Jurgen's era. Obviously, you've got the spine, the Firminos, the Jordans, the Mo's, the Sadios, the Alissons, the Virgils, and you've got Trent and Robbo, obviously, as two of the most exciting fullbacks in Jurgen's time, and I think his legacy is that.
A big player, and obviously someone, whenever I arrived at Scotland, was somebody who really took the group and inspired other players as well, which was the key to his success as a football player in the national team and at club level. So nothing but admiration.
He means everything to a lot of people. The thing about Andy Robertson is that he doesn't go looking for glory as I did, but he gets it because he works hard.
He's built his way up. He was brilliant at Dundee United, brilliant at Hull, and even though he fully deserved his move to Liverpool at the time, I think everyone will admit it was a big jump. But what he did was went on to become an unbelievable player for Liverpool, and quite rightly a legend in the supporters' eyes.
First camp I was going to Scotland, he gave me a text message to welcome me into camp and say to come in to be myself and show why I was chosen to go away with the Euro squad. And of course my match with Chelsea against Liverpool, he spoke to me after, and it was one of my first strip swaps, so I was delighted.
I don't think anybody could have imagined what he's went on to achieve, and obviously I know he doesn't like when people call it a fairy tale, but he's right in saying that. Everything, I've always said that about Andy, everything he's got, he's earned, and I think in football there's a lot of opportunities that you see and you don't take. I think Andy's took every single opportunity he's been given, no matter where he's went in. He's had to be patient at some clubs. Eventually, when he's got his opportunity, he's went in and stayed there. And that's something you need to hand to somebody. That's no luck. That's pure hard work and determination to get that and take the opportunity. So, fair play to him. He's done brilliant.
A very funny man. Someone I would connect with straight away. And yeah, from the outset, I think we got on really well. Similar to myself, you don't take much too seriously. But yeah, very funny guy, and someone I'll always be friends with him for life, I'm sure.
When you came to Hull City, I was a senior player at the time, and you young man coming in, and just to see how you've grown as a player, as a person, it's remarkable.
I honestly couldn't speak highly enough of him as a person, as a player, what he's achieved so far in his career, what he could go on and still continue to do in the game, the way he applies himself every day. I couldn't say a bad word about him, really.
Spent so much time with him, used to travel and always sit next to him on the planes and things like that, and playing cards, and you know, those characters are huge in the dressing room.
Undoubtedly the best left back that's ever played for the club.
Looking back at that period in time around like training or after training when we were all a bit relaxed and having a laugh, I think Robbo would be right at the front of that all the time. So he kept the morale always positive, and it was just a pleasure to be in the same team with him, really.
Not only inspirational to many young Scottish players, inspirational to guys like me to show that it is possible to go and win trophies and go and win a Champions League, and to have played against him since I was 10 years of age, to go and witness him achieve so much has been a privilege, and hopefully his last away game for Liverpool will be an absolute stinker.
When people will look back at his time at the club, fans will always love him because he embodied everything that the club was about. You know, never giving up, being relentless, being consistent, and just always hungry for more and more success.
His legacy will be felt around the football club in years to come. He will be missed, and I think impossible to be replaced.
Congratulations, Andy. Great Liverpool career. But remember, you're not finished yet.
Andy, just want to say a big congratulations on your career at Liverpool. Obviously, you've still got many more years to go, but you've been an amazing captain, amazing servant for Liverpool, and wishing you nothing but the best and in the next chapter, whatever that may be. But we're looking forward to the World Cup, and you're one of the best captains that I've had. So congratulations, and I'll see you soon.
Robbo, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Just a quick one from me to say a huge congratulations on an amazing career at Liverpool, mate. You've won absolutely everything, been part of an incredible team, and yeah, been an inspiration for a lot of Scottish footballers, including myself. Looking forward to seeing what's next for you, and yeah, hopefully see you soon, mate.
To see what you've gone on to achieve, win everything there is to win at club level is amazing. Always proud to say I played with you. Now sitting on the other side as a pundit, make sure you play as long as you can, keep doing what you're doing. Still plenty of more games in those legs, mate. Incredible career. Keep going, mate. Hope to see you soon.
Skipper, all the very best. You have been an absolute legend for Liverpool, and everyone in Scotland and all Liverpool fans know this. So I just want to wish you all the best for the future, and I'll see you soon. Take care, mate.
You've been an absolute legend of the club and fully deserve all the praise and the big send-off you're going to get.
Hi, Andy. Great to see you the other week there at Anfield. Just wanted to wish you all the best, whatever comes next in your career.
I see you at the World Cup, my friend. I see you at the World Cup, and yeah, when you're playing, not against Germany, obviously, I will root for you.
So how do you look back now on your career here at Anfield?
Yeah, you know, obviously, I just look back on it with, it was the time of my life. You know, this is the best time I've ever had, off the pitch, on the pitch. And yeah, Liverpool made me who I am, really. But yeah, I like the fact that also people are saying, you know, for me, you know, this is the biggest chapter in my book, but the book's not finished and I've still got a lot to give. And, you know, I think Steve Clarke, the main one there, saying, you know, obviously I still want to achieve a lot of things in my career, but also these last couple of weeks have gave me a lot of time to reflect on my Liverpool career, which maybe I didn't do enough in my time here, because I think as footballers we're a bit guilty of just going, like always looking forward, always looking to the next. And I think these last couple of weeks has been really good in terms of I've been able to look back, and you know, when Millie's saying when we were travelling and sitting on the plane and all that, they were the best times we were ever having. We were just a group of lads, best mates, just having an absolute laugh, taking over the world effectively. And you know, when I look back on that time, it was the happiest time in my life. And obviously things off the pitch were happening as well in terms of having kids and things like that, and all our kids growing up together. It was just such a happy time, and I'll just always look back on this time with just a huge smile on my face.
One of the things that does strike me listening to all of that is the fact that you were very much the cheerleader of it all, leading them on.
Yeah, a cheerleader, yeah. Thankfully on the pitch, not at the side of the pitch. But yeah, look, the thing I always tried to give was, I know I'm an energy giver. I know, I've always came in every single day to work to with a smile on my face, and even when I'm maybe not in the best of moods or whatever, I still then click out of that and try, because I know we're doing the best job in the world. I know how fortunate we are. I also always keep in mind that I know how lucky I am. I know how many people would swap to sit in this seat. Do you know what I mean? How many Liverpool fans would want to sit and watch themselves play with Liverpool, and I know how lucky I am to be able to achieve that dream. So I think I've always tried to make the most of every single day I've been in here. And at times, like, probably Hendo's the one that's the most, because, you know, his captaincy was unbelievable, but he put a lot of pressure on himself, and sometimes, you know, that would put him in a, you know, lower mood, and I was always kind of the one to try and lift him up again and try and put a smile on his face, which is why our relationship's so good. But we had such a good, you know, just the group of people I've played with over these last 9 years, you know, the people I've came across, but they're one thing, but the people off the pitch that, you know, obviously they're the famous people that are involved in this video, but the people off the pitch I've managed to meet, the physios, the masseurs, the chefs, the press guys and things like that, they are so special, and yeah, I'll look back on them, and I'm just so lucky to have met so many good people.
I just wonder, when you're making a decision like this to move on from what you've known for so long, how hard a decision was it for you to make?
Yeah, really difficult. It's not easy to leave Liverpool, but, you know, I suppose the fact of the matter is my time's up, my contract's ended, and that happens to everyone at one point. And I look back on my 9 years with absolutely zero regrets, and it's just been, you know, the time of my life. But it's never easy leaving a club like this because of so many reasons. But the ones I've said, you know, in terms of the special people that you work day in, day out with, like, to know that I'm not going to see them every day, that's probably going to be the hardest bit. Playing in front of the fans, playing in big games at Anfield, they're the things you're all going to miss, and knowing that that's coming to an end is so difficult. But also, players have to move on, football clubs have to move on. I'm very understanding of that, and that's why, you know, all the decisions that have been made I've accepted, and I've took on the chin in terms of not playing as much this season, things like that. I've still been, I would hope everyone would say I would still be the same Andy Robertson this season than I was 2019, when people were saying I was maybe the best left back in the world. So I've always tried to stay consistent, and on the pitch, off the pitch, and I think that's something that I can be really proud of.
And you just mentioned, coming to the end, about, you know, this is one chapter of your book, your life, your adventure, and coming through, listening to that again, was very much, what can you go on to do?
I still believe I can still go on and achieve a lot of things in the game. I think this season I've proven. Obviously, a lot gets said in the summer in terms of, you know, maybe I needed replaced, maybe my legs were gone and things like that. And I think you know, the club went to, you know, get competition and replace me. And Milos was, you know, such an exciting left back, and he needed a bit of time this season. Of course he did, but everyone did. I needed time, and I was allowed that time, and we have to allow him that time, and he will go on to have a really good career at Liverpool. I've got no doubts about that. And but, you know, the narrative of maybe I was finished, maybe my legs were gone, I think I've shut a lot of people up in terms of that this season, because the performances I've put in have been to a good level. I've been covering more distance. I think I've done my peak speed this season, which is, I didn't believe that. I think maybe
What is the peak speed?
I'm not sure. I'm certainly not up there with the fast ones, but yeah, things like that, you know, I think that was the narrative that I didn't enjoy, because I still believe I've got so much more to give, and obviously I've had a really good year with Scotland as well in terms of performances and what we've went on to achieve, and I've still got a lot to achieve in the game. I still believe I've achieved a lot, but I want to achieve more, and obviously one of the ones is I'm trying to get as many Scotland caps as I can, and I know you have to play to a good standard and a good level to be able to do that, and to be able to try and achieve that goal of mine. But also at club level, I believe that I can still go and, you know, try and achieve things, try and win things, and try and make an impact on, you know, whatever changing room I'll be in next. So that will be the aim. But for just now, I'm just focused on, you know, a last game, which is going to be hugely emotional for me and my family. And then I've got a massive summer coming up, and then, you know, after that, whatever's next will take care of itself.